Belal Muhammad fights Della Maddalena this weekend at UFC 315 for the welterweight championship. And let's talk about this matchup because I actually don't see enough hype for the actual matchup. I know obviously it is Belal and people hate on him, but look what he done to Leon Edwards. Like, he was extremely dominant in that fight, and not a lot of people expected it either. I think a lot of people expected to Belal maybe win a couple of rounds, but then Leon to either win the other three or knock him out and finish him. That was not the case at all. Belal absolutely dominated Leon. In that last round though, with the very last 30 seconds, Leon was landing pretty big elbows on Belal, but I thought if there was another minute, Belal probably would have survived, but it would have been very close. Leon did need probably another minute to finish that fight, but Sean Brady really showed the level on Leon Edwards, but I'm not sure if that's because of the mental beatdown Belal done on Leon since his fight. But this weekend he's got a different opponent, Della Maddalena. Obviously the UFC were trying to make that Shavkat Rakhmonov fight, but Shavkat for some reason isn't healthy or isn't fit at all to make the actual fight. So Della Maddalena steps in, and I'm very excited for this fight. Obviously he's been working loads with Craig Jones, and Craig Jones kind of got this thing because of both ways, like Craig Jones versus the Dagestani wrestler. It's kind of a similar story here again, because Della Maddalena with Craig Jones, and then Belal obviously with Khabib and Islam. Even though I don't actually think Belal's training much with Islam and Khabib at the moment. Anyway, I know that was a while ago, but I don't think he's done any in this camp with them. But this fight, I'm very excited for it because Belal's obviously not got the most finishes, but his fight with Leon Edwards was really entertaining. I really like some of the wrestling he implemented. He's got a really good blast double, or not even a blast double, he's just really good at entering in on the double legs from open wrestling situation, even though he isn't the highest college wrestler, like a D1 wrestler. He was never that, and his wrestling's really good for MMA. So it's going to be really exciting to see what Della Maddalena can actually do against Belal's wrestling. I am going Belal Muhammad by decision, and I think it's going to be pretty convincing too. I do really like Della Maddalena. I think he's probably got one of the best boxing in the UFC. He's probably in the top 5 with the likes of Dustin Poirier, Peter Yan, Ilia Topuria, that type of group. But Della Maddalena, his boxing's really good, and he's really good off the back foot. So when Belal's trying to do all this pressure and applying the pressure, making JDM on the back foot, I can still see JDM tagging him with hard backhands, good jabs, and constantly circling, avoiding the actual takedown. Because if he gets backed up against the cage, which is likely to happen, Belal is really good and really successful at getting takedowns from the cage. Obviously, it doesn't matter if you're facing towards him and he gets a big double leg. He's really good at getting his hands together. That's what I noticed when I'm watching all this fight. He's good at actually getting his hands together for the double leg, and then once you've got your hands together on the cage, it's a really good chance or high level of success that you'll actually get the takedown. But Della Maddalena, he has got pretty good wrestling defense, but in the Gilbert Burns fight, I thought Gilbert Burns was taking him down way too easy. He'd shoot for a takedown and near enough get him most times, especially in that second and the start of the third round. He'd shoot in for double legs, and Gilbert Burns would get it a lot of the time. Even if Jack had tried to scramble up, that's when Gilbert would either get to like a body lock grip round Jack, or he'd have like a grip where it's like a front headlock, but he's also got his leg involved as well, so like a cradle position. But Jack, his boxing is so good that doesn't matter what round it'll be, every single round he has a chance to knock Belal Muhammad out. And Belal Muhammad against Gilbert Burns, it seemed like he was a little bit, not afraid, but like he didn't want to do too much grappling against Gilbert Burns, because obviously how high level Gilbert Burns grappling is. And it stayed at more of a striker match where Belal just used his pressure. He's really good at actually throwing up high kicks, even though they don't fully connect all the time. it's the same as Ian Gary versus Prates. We're just hitting the guard, hitting the forearm, stopping them from being able to unload good power against Belal. So he really likes the head kicks from either side, especially the left side. But in that fight against Gilbert Burns, I swear he like dislocated his shoulder or something, but for like 3 rounds he had basically one arm. Della Maddalena though, he obviously broke his arm in his last fight. I think it was the first round against Gilbert Burns, and managed to knock him out by the end of it. So that's what we've got to think about. Where I'm saying that it doesn't matter what round it is, JDM has a chance of knocking Belal out. It's so true. He was getting dominated in that 3rd round against Gilbert Burns. Last minute, Gilbert Burns goes for the Dagestani handcuff. JDM kind of like Granby rolls over his shoulders, and Gilbert Burns goes with him. As they stand up, he realises Gilbert's going to shoot again. Maybe he's fatigued, or he's just finding so much success in the wrestling. Catches him with a perfect knee, finishes the fight. And you can see that happening against Belal. Belal likes to shoot double legs. He likes to shoot where certain fighters are more like judo, like Rainier the Riddle, we just seen against Bo Nickel. He's more of a judo fighter where you'll see him getting trips or sweeps, where a lot of wrestlers, obviously, they're shooting in for doubles. That allows that knee up the middle to come through. And obviously, I can see Jack Della Maddalena being able to land that knee. He just done it. His grappling does seem pretty good too, don't get me wrong. Sometimes when he gets up, I feel like he kind of exposes his back a little bit. And Belal Muhammad against Leon Edwards was really good at actually getting onto Leon's back. He's really good at getting hooks in and getting his seatbelt. Not necessarily doing much damage where it looks like he'd get the choke, but still, the back, if you can hold the back for 3 minutes, you easily won the round. So Jack Della Maddalena, he's working with Craig Jones, so his jiu-jitsu is obviously the highest it probably can be at the moment. And I'm really looking forward to watching the fight, even though there's not as much hype as I'd expect, probably because it's a Belal fight. But this matchup is really good, and I reckon the fight's going to be really good too. JDM's going to bring it, Belal's going to keep the pressure, and it's just whether or not JDM can withstand that pressure and avoid the takedowns. I am going Belal Muhammad by decision. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you later.